We good?
We live on YouTube.
Okay.
We're good on both cams.
Yeah, about to cue up the intro.
I'm gonna show you how to put that as a widget on your shit, and you can literally just hit it whenever the fuck you want to play it.
Thanks a lot, Anthony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes, I ski. You hit the record button. Okay, good.
Thank you.
We born to die. It's what you already know. I got a lot of
We here. We live. Y'all know what time it is. It's the motherfucking Jones Hour. It's Sunday. It's 1:30. We have an exclusive interview. We got Manny Theo in the motherfucking building.
That way.
But we got to do the proper introductions first. You know who I am. Jonesy 2 times. You know who I am. Producer, one and only, in the background.
Yawa.
Yo, Ant Acid, what the fuck is the deal?
What's up?
We got to give a shout out to my man, Kush, who's on a little bit of a hiatus because, baby number 2 is on the way at any moment. You know what I'm saying? So he got them personal responsibilities to handle. But we still showing love. You know what I'm saying? But we live. It's Sunday. It's the Jones Hour. You could catch us every week, every Sunday on YouTube. You make sure you hit that subscribe, like, comment, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, all that little fly shit. And if you missed the live, you could also catch the playback on the Spotify, Google, Amazon, Apple, iHeartRadio, or the Audible app. So, we pretty much everywhere if you really want to fuck with us. But it's a pleasure. And without further ado, we're going to get right into it. To the right of me, the one and only Manny Theo. Another applause, even though our applause, you know what I'm saying, was good, baby. You already appreciate you coming through and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get into, excuse me, pardon me, we're going to get right into it, you know what I'm saying? Because, it's a pleasure to have you on and wanting to fuck with us. We got to give a shout out to Marvelous. We got to give a shout out to Q-Borough Cuts, you know what I'm saying, for the plug-in on that, you know what I'm saying? Word. So that was the link in the chain that brought us here today. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But Manny Theo in the building. We're gonna have a lot to talk about. We're gonna talk brands. We're gonna talk music. We're gonna talk sports, hip hop, everything like that. Everything trending. But what I really want to start at is your background, because you got a real good following on the IG, on YouTube. You got a lot of good music. We're gonna play one of your tracks, definitely the one that's blowing up crazy since November that you dropped it. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna play that at the end of the interview. But let's get into your background. Where you come from, where the roots at? Let's start right there, man.
Yeah, man. So I was born in the Bronx, actually.
Oh, BX.
Yeah, BX, Boogie Down.
Yeah, I grew up in the Bronx, Townview.
Word,
what
word.
time it is, Castle Hill.
Where yeah,
Shit.
we stayed right off Gun Hill Road. I was born out in Mount Vernon.
Oh, word. I know that.
Yeah. And then me and my family moved to North Carolina when I was like 4 years old.
Oh,
but please let my mom tell it. She'll let you know. Like from the time we left New York, I was always like, "Yo, when are we going back to New York? When are we going back to New York?"
Word.
And then I started making music. I wrote my first song, my first bars at like 8 years old.
Oh, 8 years old.
Yeah,
okay.
It's funny because like it was always New York influence because like I had heard 50 Cent, The Massacre was like
Mm.
the first one of the first albums I ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, who is this? Like, what is this shit?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
it's
I
different.
gotta be able to do this.
Right.
Now what tracks were on that album? Was that the Candy Shop album?
I think Candy Shop was on there. Damn, what else was on there?
Let's bring up the track list. Let's look at the
But
track list.
Mine is Green Day, bro.
You know what's crazy?
Green Day Dookie is that's the first album that I knowingly remember having and listening to. Like,
bro, you know what's crazy is like my first rap album was Here in the Massacre, but my first album was Linkin Park.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
But it wasn't even like, it was on some real like 90s 2000 shit because it was a Burn CD, bro. It wasn't even I remember my dad had like a pink Burn CD.
CDR.
Yeah. of Hybrid Theory.
Yeah.
And that was like my first like
fucking
album,
permanent marker on the shit.
Literally.
Yeah, some Sharpie shit right on it.
Literally, bro. So yeah, that was my first like, because I wasn't allowed to listen to rap like that. So me even finding 50 Cent was like me being at school and my boy being like, yo, listen to this album that just came out.
That's fire.
So I had to like I said, my parents were real religious, so I had to sneak and find my rap music. Mm-hmm. So even me writing my first record at 8 years old, like I remember I wrote it on like, it was a take your kid to work day, and they gave us like a bunch of like sticky notes and shit. And I remember I wrote my first rap on one of them sticky notes. Mm-hmm. But I was still having to hide my stuff and whatnot. So yeah, like,
so basically it was in your destiny, you know what I'm saying? So I guess you felt this even though you might have been so raised in North Carolina. So when did you make the North Carolina move back to New York?
So basically it's interesting because like I always knew, like especially when I started writing music, that my goal was to come back to New York to really, you know, pursue that more. Just because, you know, especially in that we're in a different day and age where you can kind of be anywhere and grow your following. But at that time, it was more of like, you got to be in California or New York if you really want to be in the mecca of music and like really grow your shit. So I always knew that I wanted to come back to New York to push that. So when I was 17, I kind of took my own path. You know, my parents were doing their religious stuff, and I kind of wanted to do something a little bit different. You know, so I went away to college, and I was like, you know what? Let me have a plan B in case music don't work. But after 3 years of being miserable there, I'm like, I don't want a plan B, because a plan B really just means you think your plan A gonna fail. And if you think it's gonna fail, it probably will fail.
Yeah, facts. Like I'm all about the manifestation, the good vibes, the frequencies. I'm on my Anunnaki shit. You know what I'm saying? I feel you. I'm different. You know what I'm saying? So I know exactly what you're talking about. Bro. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I really do feel like those vibes or whatever that is that you do put out into the world, you're gonna get back. And if you start already having these negative doubts and thoughts in your mind, you already holding yourself back. Yeah. You know, so I tell a lot of people, especially some people that ask me about this podcast thing, I tell them, like, you know what? Believing is half the battle. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Take that initial first step. And sometimes it just falls into place. Yeah, man. That's exactly what happened with me and my man Ant Acid right there as the producer of this show. Right. You know what I'm saying? I had an idea. He had an idea. We somehow came together, and we've been linked ever since the 5th episode. You know what I'm saying? And we are like 140 right now.
Right, that's crazy.
So it really does work out that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So so now that you've been back in New York and shit like that, what's been the plan in terms of making this music? So you said you did your first rap at 8 years old, but what I want to know is, like, when did you put your first track out there? When was that at? You know what I'm saying? When did you really start to make the transition of like really making it what you're trying to do now? You know what I'm saying?
So it was around the same time. It was like my 3rd year in college, and I said, you know what? Like, so I had me and my boys, like we met in high school, and we had a little collective called TDFR, which is Too Dope for Reality. I still got that shit tatted on my neck.
Fire.
that's not the collective now. We kind of went our own ways, but like that's always the roots. That's always the well, you know.
Where you came from and shit.
So, some of the bros, you know, there was a little falling out type shit, but and you know,
It's
so,
all good.
yeah, you know,
Yeah.
but
we all got that. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that.
but yeah, so we started making music literally like in his closet, like little like Ableton fucking interface and like so yeah, so from there this was 2015.
Oh, okay.
And I said, you know what, I'm dropping out of school. So I dropped out, went back to North Carolina, saved up some bread.
Mm-hmm.
And around that time I dropped my first mixtape, which was Pre-Coronation. And yeah, like
Did you produce it yourself and shit, or
it was really just YouTube beats. And but in terms of like recording it, engineering, like I just recorded, engineered it myself, like in the closet with GarageBand type shit.
GarageBand.
Yeah, man.
that's fire, bro.
Yeah,
where did you drop it? Like how did like on SoundCloud or
SoundCloud, then real throwback Dat Piff, RP to Dat Piff.
Dat
Fuck
Piff.
that hell
Dat
yeah,
Piff.
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
Fucking.
Dat Piff
Yo,
was
give
it,
them more
yo.
to Down Piff,
That's
bro.
a
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
Facts.
Bro, I saw that.
They was the ones,
That was
man. They had so many mixtapes. Like we've had a bunch of artists already on this show. There's not almost one artist that wasn't on our show that don't have some Dat Piff mixtape out there.
Bro,
Facts.
yeah.
Facts.
So yeah, that's where I dropped my first joint, and I mean, it was cool. You know, I think the thing with me that is different from a lot of artists is I'm very real with myself. Not even in the sense of like being hard on myself. I think I'm just really realistic. Cause like I thought I should have been signed since I was 8 years old. Like,
yeah.
but realistically, it was more of just ego talking. But like, so even that first mixtape, it wasn't all it wasn't all that. It had a couple joints on it that was, you know, that was solid. But that really is what set the ball in motion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I sent it to a A&R at Epic. And I was really working on getting a an internship at the time. So I said, you know what? Yeah, all the directions are pointing me to drop out, leave this college shit. So yeah, like I said, I dropped that tape 2015, moved back to North Carolina, saved up bread for like a year, and came to New York in 2016.
Oh, fire.
You know, I've been dropping stuff moderately consistently since I came up here, but I ain't gonna lie, in the first couple of years I got caught up type shit, you know, with, you know, the fun of New York.
Yeah,
exactly.
Hell yeah.
The fun, you know, the women, the, you know,
all of that.
But
no, we know.
New York City shit right
Hell
there,
yeah.
bro.
man.
It's different.
It wasn't
And
until
they
2019.
They was probably loving your ass with that North Carolina shit. You know what I'm saying? It was different, you know, because
yeah, they know I was a North Carolina nigga.
Yeah, especially in the beginning,
Yeah.
especially when you first came out here. You know what I'm saying?
I always had that perspective, bro. Like I probably, if I moved away when I was like right out of high school, I probably would have fucking did my shit. Like completely nailed it. You know?
Yeah.
But New York City shit, bro.
Yeah,
like,
my move in that high school time was within New York City because I started high school in Queens. You know what I'm saying? And then moved to the Bronx my junior year. So then that move to the Bronx in junior year just
shit got different.
Put me on another level. Like,
yeah.
I had no idea I was this fly. You know what I'm saying? Until I got here, then it was like,
That's it.
no, you a fly nigga. And I was like, true that. You know what I'm saying? Fuck out of here. What are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like,
what are we talking about?
You know, sound about right.
Give me my respect.
Yeah, you know? So that was that put set the ball in motion. But now I'm retired, you know. I got a wife and a kid and shit like that.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? But back then it is, you know, it made me feel myself. So I know that's what it is and shit like that. But in terms of you making this music, what has been some of your inspirations that really started this? You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was an artist, a family member, some shit like that. But you know, like along those lines in terms of starting to make music.
You know, I feel like there's a couple different inspirations or a couple different avenues of inspiration. So like my grandma, she was actually like a performer in like bars and whatnot in like the probably like the 60s, 70s, probably 80s type shit as well. And then, you know, I got aunts as well who also are amazing singers. And so I also feel like it was just kind of in my blood as well, but because they never really got to fully expand as to where they wanted to go with it. I've got an aunt who was on like Making the Band like years ago, who I believe was it Making the Band? think it was something else, but something along them lines.
Right.
But where she ended up winning, actually, like out in California. But all these people that like they had potential to really like take it somewhere, and so I feel like it was always
so it's in your bloodline, man.
In my blood, but almost like a generational curse as well, because I feel like they let a lot of things get in the way where they wanted to go with it. So there's that avenue, but then also, since I wasn't allowed to, listen to rap music like that growing up. I was exposed to so many different genres, whether it be Norah Jones, Michael Bublé, Linkin Park, so many different things. So like I had to sneak and find my rap music, but all the other, genres were being played in my house all the time. Yeah. So unknowingly, my parents didn't even realize that they influenced my sound in a way that now there's a lot of artists where I feel like they start making music like in 2020. And so y'all just sound like the typical niggas that are making shit now.
Word.
Me, my background is so diverse that it's like you can't. I get a different comparison every time I talk to somebody.
Yeah. Your whole mind frame for the setup of what you're actually doing is not even on their level. You know what I'm saying? Like you already surpassed them and whatnot.
And honestly, like God bless like your parents and like the way that you were like you brought up. Like I'm kind of doing the same shit.
Yeah,
you know, like
I'm thankful for it.
I haven't played my son any rap music.
Yeah.
Like I played him Cure. I played him fucking the Smiths. I played him fucking Weezer already. I played him Queen.
That's it.
I played him fucking. You know what I mean? Like just shit that like my wife really likes, you know. But outside of that, also R&B shit. I played him Erykah Badu already. I played him fucking Solange Knowles. I played him fucking D'Angelo. I played him like
that's fire.
There's like so much shit that I've played him, but like he's like been into.
Exactly.
Like and the only Outkast shit I played him. The only rap shit I played him one fucking Atlantean song, one Outkast track, and that's
what Two Dope Boys in the Cadillac. I knew I had to be that one because that's like my favorite song on that album. Two Dope Boys in the Cadillac. Word. You know what? Similar to what you're saying.
But yeah, no, I feel your parents.
No, similar to what you're saying in terms of my music upbringing is also similar to that as well, because I grew up mostly in Queens before I had that little stint in the Bronx for about 5-6 years to where I actually lived there. But before that, like my first music was really like Metallica and like Nirvana and like things like that. Those are the like things I heard when that probably transitioned when I first heard like Wu-Tang and Snoop Dogg. When I first heard like Gin and Juice and like Protect Your Neck. That actually broke that mainstream. That was like on that Video Music Box. I'm like in 5th grade at that time, and I'm like, what the fuck have I been missing? You know what I'm saying? Like, all I knew was this other stuff, and there's like this, and I was just drawn to it. Like, it was like, I need to hear more. Like, these beats, these things like that. Like, that's what I wanted. You know? So it was like, it was very much how what you're saying is like, you know, you had this type of like influence before because of the people around you. Mine was not necessarily just the people around me. It was just the access of what I had around me. You know, because when I went to the Bronx more and I started seeing like mixtapes and all of this other shit, it was like
got different.
Yeah, it was like,
bro, that's literally like,
what you mean DJ Clue? What you mean Funk Flex mixtape? Like I didn't know this. Nip go. Nip out.
But yeah,
Nipsey had to make that. Yeah, Nip's had it. He's feeling the vibe right now. He's like, yo, what up, B?
Let me get a cameo.
Yeah, it was good, B. Word.
Bro, you know what's funny is like it was very similar in the sense of like, so like I said, that first joint, like first rap record that I heard was, I don't remember the song exactly, but it was off Massacre. But like, so I'm heavy on 50 Cent at that point. And now I start hearing about this rapper saying he's the greatest rapper alive. And I'm like, in my opinion, I'm like, it's got to be 50 Cent. Like, that's the first thing I ever heard. I'm 10 years old. Like, it's got to be 50. But then, so I started doing some research into who this greatest rapper alive is. And then I hear Fireman. So this rapper was Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne.
And that's what changed everything for me. As soon as I heard Fireman, I heard Lil Wayne. That's when I said, okay, like, I gotta do this shit now too. Like, because it was just amazing to me to find somebody who could use these metaphors and similes to tell a story. That was the most miraculous thing to me, that you could actually use words and put them together in this way to tell a story. And that's why I said, you know what, I gotta be a part of this.
So, word, nah, that's fire. That's fire.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, nah, that's what's up. So in terms of like how many projects do you actually have? Like right now, like that you've done, like and where are they at?
So
that people can find them.
So I did that first mixtape, like I said, in like 2015.
Mm-hmm.
And then I released my second mixtape, which was Blank Space, in what was that? 2018, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like a little EP, like a little 5-track EP.
Okay, cool.
But honestly, I took both of those off of streaming sites because I just realized it didn't represent me as to who I am as an artist. Like, it does tell my story, but I always say my turning point, you know, I know I've been writing since I was 8, put that first tape out 2015, but I really say that like my turning point was 2019 because that's when I released my first single that I really feels like encapsulates who I am as an artist. And the record is called I Killed Myself in Cali 90210.
Yeah, that shit was fire. I listened to that.
So yeah, that's when I really feel like I found my sound, because if you hear my earlier stuff, like I just feel like there was a lot of anger in it. It was more being like that angry, misunderstood kid, you know. And I feel like I just found
you're growing up, man.
Yeah, you know, I'm getting old.
That's what happened.
You're getting wise, baby.
Exactly.
Yeah. Life experiences allow you to understand more.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So I knew that there was another way that I wanted to take it, because like music has always been my therapy, and it got to a point where it wasn't therapeutic for me in the same way. So I knew I needed to change something and express, you know, myself in a different way. And so that's when I first released that record. So since then, I've really just been doing singles. So I've got about like, I don't know, maybe like 9-10 singles out right now. On my SoundCloud, I still got a couple of the old records sprinkled around there. Most of them are hidden, but one day I'll re-release them to the public to you know just give people honestly inspiration of
like a lost tapes.
Yeah, exactly. But more about, because I know the music ain't even that great, the old stuff. I'm not gonna lie, like, but for more of inspiration of like, I get a lot of DMs from artists like, oh, I don't know where to start, or like I'm not confident, and like just let people know my shit did not sound like this when I first started, yo. It did not sound like this. So this is where I started. So that's why I would like to re-release some of that stuff, just to let people know, and even show myself like in a vulnerable sense of like, this ain't my best work, but this is where it starts, and you just got to do it. You just got to put it out, you know.
No, I feel that. And in terms of like making these tracks, what starts the process for you? Is it like you fishing through beats and then you find something and that's the one you stew it to, or do you already have an idea in your mind where it's like, this is the concept I want, and writing something to it and then finding a beat for it, or you know where does that kind of come from? Because you know, I think everybody is different in terms of how they want to create their music. You know, some of them already have an idea, they write the flow, but sometimes you gotta really try to find a beat to actually maybe mimic how you really want to present it out there. But in terms of what your process is, well, how do we do that?
I mean, it depends on what I'm feeling at the moment. Like, there are some moments where I'll go through a bunch of different beats that like producers have sent me, and I'll just sit there and see what the beat says to me. Like, I feel like a lot of times I let the instruments kind of tell me what I want to speak about. But recently, and it, honestly, it's always been like that. But recently, over the last couple of years, I found a lot of enjoyment in just building an idea from scratch, of just being like, all right, this is what I want to talk about, and how can I expand on that? And then maybe I'll try and find a beat that I feel like the idea and the instruments kind of mesh together. But it depends, honestly. Like, there's sometimes where a record will take me an hour to make, and then there's another time where it'll take me months or years. There's some records where I've been working on these joints for years because I know these beats and the feeling that I get from them is so heavy that I'm like, I gotta give this the proper attention, and I don't care how long it takes. But yeah, it really just depends on where I'm at and the things that are going on in life. Because also I like to I like to take a step back from writing every now and then to just experience life. So that I have more things to come back and talk about. I feel like a lot of artists
inspirations.
Like, exactly. I feel like a lot of artists are like, oh, you got to be writing every single day. I don't necessarily prescribe to that narrative. I like to experience life and not put that pressure on myself. And it's not about getting the burst of inspiration, because waiting for that burst of inspiration could kill you sometimes. But just experiencing life and not putting that pressure on yourself, and knowing that you're making this. Yeah, you want to put it out to the public, but you're making it for you at the end of the day.
Facts.
So, and you got to be the first person in that process. You can't just be, oh, I got to make something. I got to make a banger. I got to make a club hit. I got to make a. Nah, you're making it for you to start with. So, I don't like to put that pressure on myself. So the creativity flows within that space.
Word. So as artists, because as I heard your music, I know it definitely has a hip hop feel, but you're not necessarily like rhyming. You're like also like singing and harmonizing and things of that. So I seen it. I was like, oh, you have a talent with putting like these songs together. When can the people expect some new work coming out, man?
So we got a lot of shit. So I've got honestly about like 60, 70 tracks just like in the stash
waiting
right now. Yeah.
Wow.
But the
60,
thing is,
70.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. There might be a little bit more, I'm not gonna lie, but the thing is, like, a lot of those records, I feel like they are still in line some way with my current sound and my current expression, but I really just want to put some of those out because I'm going in another direction. I feel like we kind of starting to branch into another era of what I'm trying to do. So, but right now I've got a couple collabs. I got a dope London artist who's a member of my collective Lost Kids cult.
Okay.
Which you see the the first.
Yeah,
drop.
we're gonna get into the brand.
But yeah, so I got a dope collab with this artist, Jadida Lentz, who's out in London. So I got a dope collab with her coming out within this year. I got another collab with I don't know if you heard of this artist, Baby Goth. She got a couple records with Slim Jimmy from Ray Shremmer, Wiz Khalifa, a couple different.
I believe I heard the name before.
Yeah, she's fire as fuck. So I got a collab coming out with her this year as well. Which I ain't letting know any dates yet, but
no. At least people could look on that.
Yeah, for sure. But probably within the next like month or two, I would say at least one of these records is coming out, and the next one is gonna be called "She Died a Fashion Killer." Which that's all I'm gonna say. The record will tell what we talking about on that.
Word.
But yeah, that shit's gonna go crazy. I'm gonna probably debut it at a couple upcoming shows I got in London and in Brooklyn. So
that's fire.
Yeah,
that's fire. Word, man. So you doing your thing, man. I really want to give you your own flower, give you your flowers and shit to a testament of what you're doing and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people. A lot of people nowadays, they really want the love, but they don't necessarily want to put the work in. Right. You know what I'm saying? And very rarely do you get it like that. It comes like most of these artists will really tell you that they've really put in years of dedication and sleepless nights or whatever you want to call it to their craft and maintaining that. And now it's really coming to fruition for you. So I want to salute you, you know what I'm saying, and give you your love. Exactly. You know what time it is. Manny Theo in the fucking building. The cult. This is the branding.
Yes, sir.
Let's explain more of that. Where's that coming from? What maybe inspired that, and maybe where they can find some of the merch and whatnot.
Yeah, yo. So it's honestly funny because I feel like people they hear the word cult and it's like negative connotation, or they think, because nowadays like there's so many of these artists where it's like they want to be on like this demonic like agenda, and I think when they hear the word cult, they just kind of group me into that shit. And they're like, oh, here goes another one, and actually it's the complete opposite.
Right.
Because you know, so I said I grew up very religious, but in reality, what I grew up in is what I see as a cult.
Mhm.
And I escaped that when I was 16, 17 and started to go my own route.
Mm.
And within that cult, they kind of wanted me to suppress my true self for their agenda.
Mm.
And I feel like there's so many different avenues in life where that same idea is put out of like, you got to suppress yourself for our agenda. And if you don't, you're wrong and you got to go. So me, I decided to make my brand called Lost Kids Cult. So basically we just represent all the people that have been forgot about, all the people that have been disrespected, all the people that have been left behind by the people who should have cared about you the most. And our shared idea is love and pushing each other to reach our full potential.
Mhm.
No matter what that is, whether you're trying to be a musician, whether you're trying to be a doctor, whether you trying to, it don't matter. Like, we're just all trying to reach our goal, and not letting
Facts.
anybody deter us from what we're trying to do.
That's
And that's
right.
really just the mantra of what Lost Kids Cult is.
Mm. That's fire.
You know, because yeah, there's a lot of people that don't get to tell their story. There's a lot of people who are just suppressed at the end of the day, and I
Mhm.
want to be the voice
The
that
outlet.
says exactly like,
Word.
it's all right,
Get it.
talk your shit, like
Mhm.
be the most confident version of yourself. Like, if you listen to Manny Theo, if you fuck with Lost Kids Cult, you somebody that believes in yourself. Like, I appreciate the support that comes with me, but you're somebody that believes in yourself, and that's what I try and speak on, whether I'm talking to fans in DMs, whether I'm on stage, whether I'm releasing a record. At the end of the day, is self-love, and can't nobody take that away from you.
Facts. Facts, man. Because you really what some people don't really realize is that, sometimes you really need to start loving yourself first to get that output and that progress that you need to make in this life. Or that's where it comes from, to believe in yourself, because a lot of times believing yourself is half the battle, bro.
Right.
But that's it. You'll never know how much, and I've said this before, but you'll never know how many blessings you block just by doubting yourself.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Just believing that you didn't think that you could do it.
Yeah.
And that's what I was talking about earlier when I was talking about taking that initial first step in whatever it is you want to do. You know what I'm saying? You might be you might like to crochet blankets.
Right.
Well, fucking
Be the
make
best
that
at it.
blanket and try to sell it, dog.
Right.
Like, that's
Exactly.
it. Make that one page, take a picture, put it out there, make a gram.
Exactly.
Gotta get a Gmail, whatever the hell it is,
That's
but
it.
do it. And then now you could be the best blanket maker.
Right.
Whoever knows.
That's it.
Exactly.
But now you're making money off of what makes you happy, and that's what they don't want, yo. That's what the powers that be don't want, yo. They want you to prescribe to their agenda.
Facts.
And they give you a little paycheck at the end of the week, so you forget about what actually makes you happy. Because for that moment you got that, I can pay my bills and I can buy my food. Life is more than that, yo. It's more than that. They don't want you to remember that.
You get caught into this cycle of living life because
the cloud.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Pushing the machine.
The perpetual indentured servitude.
Exactly.
Right? The perpetual debt. Get a credit card, you'll always have to pay the credit card company.
Yeah.
Every month you're paying the credit card company. You're working every month. You're working to
pay bills.
To pay bills.
Yeah. We as humans, we fucked it up, yo. We could have had it so easy, but instead we out here paying bills and doing this credit card
so
shit.
So goddamn credit card company that we got no part of.
Literally.
Word.
Exactly. Making them rich as hell.
That we have no idea who the hell has a part of.
Exactly. But that's why we breaking the mold. And that's why, that's what, we as Lost Kids Cult stand for. I know, like, we was having that conversation. I know y'all stand for that. Just getting out there and doing it, yo.
Yeah.
Just do it. And whatever happens, whatever comes from it, great. But at least you was true to yourself.
You can't. You'll if you live like that, you won't have no regret.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So if you choose not to live like that, or you doubt yourself, then that regret might always live in the back of your head of what could have been.
So I drink to that.
Facts. I need another drink. If you could pass me one of those summer bangers that I've been sipping on. So I got one last question before we get into the track. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Who is Your top 5 like favorite like artists. Like I don't. It doesn't necessarily have to be rappers or whatever it is. If you want it to be rappers, that's cool and whatnot. Like I have my own 5 favorite rappers, but then I have my own 5 like favorite artists of like non-rap. You know what I'm saying? That just really
you could
inspire
conform the two.
or you can conform the
That's
two, however you want to do it.
And
but
it
I want to.
It doesn't have to
because
it doesn't have to be 1 through 5.
Right,
it
right.
could literally just be your top 5.
Your top 5. I got you. So I feel like I have different top 5s in the sense of like how you said, like I've got my top 5 rappers and then I've got my top 5 influences. So
let's hear them.
So my top 5 rappers comes from a place of I feel like influence is what makes you top 5. Like if you really shape the culture, you shape the generation, whatever. So my top 5 is Tupac, Kanye,
Tupac. Okay.
Lil Wayne,
okay,
Jay-Z,
Jigga,
and then controversial number 5, Eminem.
Eminem. Why controversial?
Because everyone is like, how can Eminem be one of the top 5 greatest rappers? And just based on, I don't know, I feel like they try and give him his disrespect because he's white or the fact of like, I don't know. But to me, it's like almost every artist you could say, oh, he sounds like him. Or, oh, you can hear the influence of, you don't hear no influence, nobody in this day and age that's like, oh, he's like Eminem. The closest thing that you could have said at one point was maybe Tyler, the Creator, when he first came out because he was saying wild shit. But like, honestly, the fact that he is in so much of his own lane, you gotta give him top 5 because can't nobody replicate that. Can't no, but like you really can't. Like he's just that different. So
neither me or Jones thinks that's controversial. I don't put him in my top 5, but I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, me neither. Because I respect him. Like he's been in my top 5 throughout times in my life. Like in terms of my favorite hip hop artists, my 5 constantly change. In terms of my favorite, it's definitely Nas, Jadakiss, Ghostface, Big Pun, and it was Eminem, but like right about now it's Cameron. Like
heavy New York top 5.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I know where I came from. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it. You know.
I'm almost on the same page. It's like all New York fucking people.
Yeah, that's it. And we come from there is a little bit of a generational gap. So like I think more people in my generation probably have a dead rapper in their top 5 as opposed to someone from your generation that is like they ain't die. You know what I'm saying? They alive. Big L dying, Big Pun dying, Biggie dying, Tupac dying. Like, but you had Pac. So Pac is
that's what's
a dead rapper.
What's fucked up about mine too is like my top 5 influences are basically all dead.
Okay.
So
let's hear those so people can get an understanding of some of the influences of the music that you make.
I feel like my top 5 influences are XXX.
Okay.
Juice WRLD.
Okay.
Lil Peep.
Okay.
Amy Winehouse.
Damn.
And J.
Cole.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, bro. 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, man. It's rough. Unfortunately, and what's crazy about that is out of all of those, there's only two that I got to see in person. I got to see J. Cole at the Garden, which was incredible. One of the only concerts I ever cried at. And then I saw Juice WRLD right before he passed, and it was fire. Bro, it was sick too because I almost didn't even go to that concert. Like,
and now it's a memory.
And X, I was supposed to see him like 3 different times, and each time I think one time he got locked up, another time his cousin passed, and then third time something else happened, and then I didn't get to see him. But
as someone that is a punk kid and like a metal kid, like I truly appreciate like XXX Tentacion.
Yeah,
man. No, I really like the kid. Like him, Denzel, like
yeah, bro. That era was crazy. That 2016, 17
mask. I like all those dudes, bro.
Hell yeah.
Word.
But yeah, man.
Crazy. Yeah, that's fire.
Crazy.
That's fire. Yeah, mine is more of my other music is more of like an R&B, like a straight old school like Beatle thing, and then that rock and roll.
Old school Beatle thing.
Yeah, no, but and Motown. Like I do like a lot of like that old.
Yeah, you got the R&B soul shit.
Down, yeah. For me, like.
So you say a little bit of classic rock.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah.
R&B soul, and then straight hip hop.
I love. I love music, bro. Yeah, I really do, man. Like, I could literally go from like Hall and Oates to Nirvana to fucking Lauryn Hill, then Aaliyah, then fucking Metallica, and then come back with another fucking Smokey Robinson, like all of that, just like in a succession, like one after another, and be mad happy. Like, oh my god,
yes,
jam,
bro. New York, the only shit that I don't fuck with is like neo country.
That's what it's.
I don't do the country.
I can't do the country shit. I can't do the country shit, bro.
Nah.
I can't. But you know what's crazy is like
my pickup.
Right, exactly. I love my wife and she cheated. Like, bro, I can't do it, bro. I can't.
I kind of fuck with. I can't lie. I do fuck with where some of them songs came from. Like, I could feel the pain in that man's voice from that fucking whore. You little fucking whore. You fucking bitch.
And you took my dog.
And the dog too. Shit like that. Like, I definitely feel that dude, yo. Like, my bad, bro. Damn. Word. Shit.
Right. It's the delivery though that I can't, bro. Word. Like, and you would think, like, growing up in North Carolina, that like I could get with the twang of the country. Yeah. I can't. But I will say that I do love like acoustic guitar and shit like that. So even some of my upcoming records, like I have influenced it a little bit, where maybe some people could say it's like, ooh, is this kind of country? Which, well, whatever they feel, whatever the people feel. But yeah, nah, that's honestly the only thing I don't really listen to heavy. Everything else, I feel like.
Word.
Yeah, bro.
That's what's up. So as we well, you're definitely gonna rock with us for the rest of the show, but we're gonna wind down and end the interview part of this shit. But I do want to play this track, "Stop Calling My Friends." This is the one that dropped in November. This is one that's getting a bunch of love, over 800,000 views on YouTube.
Oh, that's where you at?
That's where you at right now.
Okay,
803,000 views. You know what I'm saying? It's. You know what I'm saying? The people. Nah, they didn't. You know what I'm saying? This is all hard work and dedication from my man Manny Theo in the building. So introduce the song real quick.
It's called "Stop Calling My Friends." Like my man said, hitting 800K. Yeah, bro.
YouTube.
Let's get it.
Follow Manny. That's MANNI THEO. You already.
Yes, sir.
Wait, let me bring it back from the top.
Run it back.
That's not a fire.
Tonight, no, she can't help but pray she find a way back into my life. But how might turn eyes if you think that's gonna fly? She wished me well, I told her save that wish for stars you and by. Cause my love can't run back to you this time. Only way you'll see me is searching online. Want your heart out, that text went green, no reply. We know the love is just, but sorry, not I. Coming back to my life, my mask up. I see what's on the painful truth that I discover. We move, we can't recover. No coming back, you know my lover. Pick up the new one in my cup. That's where you move, we can't recover. You gotta see me and always wonder. No coming back, you know my lover. Mask off, I see what's on the painful truth that I discover. Tool for this shit, Mr. Lover. No coming back, you know my lover. Pick up the new one in my cup. That's where you move, we can't recover. You gotta see me and always wonder now if I'm doing better off without you. If I fell in love with someone new, got you praying on a fuck her better than you. But God don't hear you, how my new one calls his name in this room. Still every moonlight, you must forget you showed yourself the door of my life. So let me just remind you one last time, don't call my friends to feel close. Erase me out of your mind in case amnesia's within. Just play this on rewind. Coming back into my love, I'm let's go. If I see what's up, ain't with truth that I discover. We move, we can't recover. Coming back into my love, shit, we move, we can't recover. You gotta see me and always wonder. No coming back into my love, I'm let's go. If I see what's up, ain't with truth that I discover. So over this shit, Mr. Love, I'm coming back, you know my love. I'll pick up the no one in my covers. We move, we can't recover. You gotta see me and always wonder now. Always wonder now. You gotta see me and always wonder now. Always wonder now.
Ooh.
Yes, sir.
You already. That was the new one. Stop calling my friends. Manny Theo in the building. Remember, make sure you follow him on the IG. Follow that YouTube for the music that drop. Hit that subscribe number. You know, we're gonna have the links in the bio when the interview drop exclusive on YouTube. Remember, follow that Jones Hour. Yeah, I know what time it is. But we're gonna get into the rest of the show now. We got some sports, some trending, some hip hop to get into. You know what I'm saying? I think we're gonna start in the sports as the time is now, right now, 2:19 p.m. at 3 o'clock. The girls, NCAA final, Iowa and South Carolina. The Gamecocks, pause.
No
Diddy out here. You know what I'm saying? Undefeated South Carolina against Iowa. Can Caitlin Clark get her ring? What do you think is gonna happen?
Honestly, damn, bro. I think she gonna get it. I do. Like, I hate to be the one to say that there is an agenda where they trying to push her a little bit.
I think we've seen that clearly with the foul calls and the ref from the last game.
Why they had to do that?
They did.
I think they was gonna win regardless, but now there's always that little,
extra.
Yeah, yo. But I think they was gonna get it regardless. I could never take it away from her, yo, because she really the Steph Curry of this shit right now.
Yeah, she really is.
Yeah, yo.
I think what we're seeing right now in the girls' college game between her and Angel Reese and Paige Buchers and all the talent on the other teams and the girls coming back, this is going to be the age of where we're going to look back and say it was this very moment that kind of catapulted the WNBA or the females basketball that we see and as we know right now. You know, because I mean, I think the 20 to 30 years that it took for them to really blow up, we're seeing those girls now grow up.
Right.
You know,
right,
when it dropped 20 years ago or whatever it was, now they grew up finally to now actually live out these dreams of wanting to be that. You know,
so they manifestation.
And we're seeing that in this generation now with the women's game. And you know, it is what it is, bro. So shout out to them. Do you think she wins?
Honestly,
Caitlin Clark. And who do you think wins? Caitlin Clark or South Carolina?
I think she's gonna get it.
Caitlin Clark, bro.
I think I'm going the other way. I think South Carolina.
Like most sports, I think are scripted. Like it's not with college sports though. Like I mean, it's all about the refs though. Like there's so much money.
That's a shame in it. That's a shame in it. Yeah. But
there's so much money on the game, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not for nothing though. I am. Like I know we had mentioned Kobe and shit earlier. Like I know that. I know. Yeah, exactly. Let's not talk about too much. Mm-hmm. Start crying and shit. but not like honestly, because I know right before his passing, he was doing so much with women's sports and just trying to push the WNBA a lot. So and honestly, bro, I'm proud of where it's at because I'm not gonna lie, I've never, like a lot of people, I've never been heavy into women's basketball, but I sat down and watched those games.
I did too.
The other day, and I say, "Yo, I'm like, this shit is fire, yo!" And especially the LSU Iowa game.
It was competitive games. They was back and forth, lead changes, good plays, big shots made. It was.
I'm like, this gotta be top 5,
entertaining.
Probably one of the top 5 most streamed women's basketball games of all time.
It was probably number 1.
Yeah,
it's probably number 1.
So I'm happy the place that we get into, and with that, I think is gonna in turn help up their pay as well, to where they're getting what they deserve, because they're putting in just as much work as the men. So I think they finally gonna start getting they pay where it should be over the next 5-10 years type shit. I think we're gonna see a lot more level playing field in that sense,
yeah, and they deserve it. So I'm happy for them to get that. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, the game's getting better. So
exactly.
that's the reason why. So as long as the game is getting better and they got bigger deals, like they got bigger cable deals. Like I watched WNBA during the summer on Hulu. Because they got that fucking Hulu deal. So like I know that they got that Hulu cash. So like if they got that Hulu cash, how the fuck is like the girls not getting that money?
That's a fact. Yeah.
It's all about the ads and everything like that. But you got to also remember, like, as I'm wearing an NBA jersey, you know what I'm saying? Like that also falls into it in terms of like merchandising and everything like that. I think NBA, what they try to do as much as they could was put it out there, but I think they also felt it as just like as a gap to a bridge to gap until NBA came back. And I think that's what they always used it for, as opposed to really just trying to build it up for what it was. And I think that probably might have been their downfall in doing that after introducing it and getting that initial buzz. They weren't able to maintain it. But now it's going to get to the point where WNBA is going to become its own entity and not really need that anymore. So shout out to them.
Outside of that, like they didn't do this in the past, but like you're talking about like branding of individual athletes in the WNBA, like that didn't exist in the past.
True.
Like you didn't have, like, right now there's multiple shoe deals, multiple female like women like basketball, like they have their own signature fucking shoes and shit. That didn't exist in the past, bro. Like actual signature shoes, maybe a colorway in the past, but not a signature fucking shoe. Like ladies got their own signature shoes now. Like it's a different fucking game. Like you can actually market, like, and that's the difference now. Is that you're gonna market your individual athletes and say, hey, these are the faces of our fucking franchise.
That's like we gonna see them Caitlin Clark jerseys going crazy now. Going crazy.
Facts. It's always about the paper, bro. It's always about the paper.
Exactly.
So now that it's coming in, we'll see what that's going to be. But also, as we move on, I want to, give out some shout outs to some other New York teams, Islanders and Rangers. Rangers is, is one of the top teams in the NHL in the conference. But Islanders is creeping in there looking like they could be a 7th or 8th seed, which would actually make the Islanders and Rangers play each other in the first round of the playoffs. So that's something I would really love to see, and I hope that happens.
Yes,
as an Islander fan, I hate the Rangers. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say that because I really know that New York City is more of a real Ranger town than the Islanders and whatnot. But it's all Islanders for me.
The weirdest experiences in New Yorker that the sports experience that I've ever had.
Okay.
All right.
Let's hear it.
I'm coming home from work, and I'm taking the J or the E into Suffolk Boulevard and transferring to the J. Okay. I'm going onto that transfer and getting out. I realize that my half the train is all Rangers fans, and the other half of the train is all Islanders fans. And everyone's headed to the Barclays Center to go fucking see the fucking game. And getting off the LIRR or whatever. Fucking insane. Literally, they divided themselves and they were chanting. It was like.
It gets hyped. It gets hyped. It gets hyped. Hell yeah.
Fucking train station. And everyone getting people getting in each other's faces and shit. Yeah. And I was like, yo,
we ain't even there yet.
From the fucking J train,
we ain't even know what
you want to know what it comes down to? Is that the prices inside the Garden and all of these fucking other places to buy a beer is so much. Why would I not go there, Liv?
Right.
You think I'm not drinking on the train right now?
Oh yeah, that was pretty.
Yeah, I got a
heavy.
paper bag. Hell yeah.
No one's checking you.
Yeah.
It's hockey fans.
It's a big ass
yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Cops don't give a fuck about
Yeah,
hockey
they just don't want to
fans.
fight. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
Oh, you got a Rangers jersey on? Go about your way.
Yeah, let him rock.
Yeah.
Let him rock. Yeah.
Word. Looks like a good, upstanding citizen right there.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Get away with any crime with the Rangers.
Right, exactly.
Word.
Just enjoy the game, sir. Just enjoy the game.
Word. Facts.
Yo.
And to keep it in the sports, Mets, Yankees. Yankees, man. You see me in my fitted, man. It is fucking great to be a Yankee fan right now. I mean, we're not even 10 games in, and I'm gloating. I can't. Yeah, go ahead. You go to the bathroom because I can't. I even wait for you to come back if you want me to continue. I'll wait for a little second. We'll put a little Jeopardy music for you. But I can't get over how great it is to be a Yankee fan right now. Man, we got Juan Soto. He's been a gem. You know, Aaron Judge has been, not the same thing, but and we're still nice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Stroman, former Met, came through, said, "Yeah, this is the pinstripes I want." You know what I'm saying? I'm just so elated to be a Yankee fan right now at the moment that it's fucking amazing.
Listen, it's a great time for New York sports, yo. It's a great time.
Yeah,
honestly,
like it's coming back.
It is.
It's coming back. It's just depending on what side you stand on with your team. But the Mets has been a little struggle. They finally won some games, or maybe 1 or 2 games. But hopefully they'll get it together. We wasn't really expecting much from them this year. I think next year when the Juan Soto bidding war comes up, it's gonna be real.
Oh yeah, man.
He's gonna make over $500 million. Like he's definitely getting $500 million. Hopefully the Yankees is the ones that pay that for him. Hopefully he wants to stay here. But like he won in Washington. They offered him $450 million, and he was like, "Nah." So we was able to live in this aura of what he is and what he's trying to accomplish right now, Juan Soto. So thank you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it leads us to a ring. We smacked Houston. Oh my God. I fucking hate the Astros, them cheating little bitches. Them little fucks. I can't stand them. You know what I'm saying? And we spanked them. 4 games to start the season. Oh my God.
Jeez.
I was so happy.
Ain't no Astro World.
Yeah, fuck him. Travis Scott, fuck you too, just because.
Just because. You
take a straight bullet right now. That's it. Somehow you affiliated to go fuck yourself. That's it. Let's go Yankees. I'm sorry, Met fans. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I support all New York sports at the end of the day.
Facts.
Facts. Like I ain't no diehard, honestly, on either side. Mets or Yankees. I'm happy to see any New York team do well. Honestly, like, bro, especially just to switch gears, the Knicks too, man.
Oh wait, we're not switching gears. We gotta just do the drop right now because we are. No, we are. Bring it back.
That's it. Oh,
Knicks and dimes. Knicks and dimes. You know what that is? The New York Knicks basketball report, sponsored by us motherfuckers. So yes, Knicks and dimes. Now continue with what you were saying with the Knicks.
Bro, that Julius Randle shit hurt my heart, man. And you know what pissed me off? Because it happens every year.
Damn.
Where all of the Knicks supporters, we going to the chip, and I was in on it. I said no. I said who is stopping the Knicks getting to the Eastern Conference Finals at minimum?
Facts.
Who is not like
facts?
Not even on some overly hype shit, bro. If you really been watching basketball this year, there's no way nobody was stopping the Knicks getting at least to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Facts. I felt the same way. I was like, this three is the 3 we need to build around with Randall, OG, and Brunson. Everybody else know their position. They really flowing good. Tibbs got a good rotation going. Mitch was gonna come back. Now we got all of that, but losing what Randall produces for us, that like 25 and 10, it's really gonna hurt us, especially when we get into the playoffs, because everybody knows the playoff slows down and it becomes more of a half-court game,
Mm-hmm.
and you really gotta have like these plays called up. And what Randall does for us in those game predicaments, you know, is what makes him so vital. For us, you know, and the loss of him, I kind of knew that he wasn't gonna play, but there was a small inkling of hope for me that was like, oh, they're just not gonna let him play into the playoffs.
Yeah,
they're just gonna hold him to the playoffs. They like, don't even worry about it. We're guaranteed a playoff spot.
Yeah, we're not sweating.
So yo, just chill and come back then. You know, that's what I was hoping.
If we had him, I would be excited and look forward to going to the Eastern Conference Championship or in general the finals. Like
facts.
Like we would be contenders. Like
100%.
Easy. But without him, bro.
Second round.
I'm a little. Honestly, I got fear.
Our assists with him gone compared to him with him being on
went up significantly.
Is crazy different. Like we have way more assists.
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
If we could literally make a little Villanova boy fucking run that we
that's what we've been doing.
Right.
Bro.
Yeah.
He going crazy though. He been going crazy. DiVincenzo.
Yeah, he got a jumper. He's wet. Yeah. He's wet. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Like, in general, like we look not that bad. I don't look at us like we're fucking title contenders, but we don't look bad. Like we look way better than we did last season.
Honestly, Knicks could still make it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
No, they could. It depends on where they land at. I think.
Also,
I think
health of the Celtics.
I think seed placing is vital. If we make it as the 4 or the 5, we're probably going to play Cleveland and we're definitely going to beat them.
Oh, yeah, that's easy.
But the second round, then we run into the Boston. The thing about Boston that you can't really be sold on is that they do fold under pressure.
100%.
They have already proven that. They've already done that. Exactly. So I think that's what we got to pay attention to and whatnot. You got to shut that water. We're hoping for that to happen. With Randall and whatnot. I mean, not with Randall, with the Knicks, whatnot, because Celtics, like I said, they fold under the pressure. So I think that will exactly happen that way. But if we don't do that, I think if we was to play Milwaukee in the second round, we can beat them.
Could definitely beat
they
Milwaukee.
Got shitty ass Doc Rivers. He can't coach for shit.
That shit was crazy.
They was 30-13 before they hired him, and now they're 14-13 since he's been there.
Right.
So he's a 500 team.
Right.
They ain't shit. I mean, Dame Lillard, I was never really worried about. Giannis is Giannis, but
but Giannis is also Giannis.
Yeah,
a little bit.
And we actually we actually got the a real good team that matches up well against Milwaukee, and we've seen that on Christmas Day. And I think we'll be able to fuck with them then. So I think the second, third round is still valid. First round, when it comes to either playing Cleveland, or Indiana, Orlando,
that's easy money.
I think those are teams that we should definitely beat and run through.
I thought we weren't gonna have Mitch. But we have Mitch back.
I thought he was only coming back playoffs.
Yeah, not even. I thought he was out full season. Like I thought they were. Listen, if Julius was healthy, they were gonna keep Mitch out, just out of the fact that like they don't need him. Right. Like if we're like super fucking good, and it bringing Mitch back would hurt like him potentially. I don't see them bringing back Mitch, but the fact that Julius is out and they knew that Julius was out, they're like, we're going to bring back Mitch and we're going to deal with the risk of losing Mitch again, you know?
No, I think based on what Tibbs does, his approach is going to be, we're going to try to increase our defense and hope that it translates into more offense based off that. So when you have Mitch in, and I think he should really be trying to start a lineup with Mitch, Hartenstein, and OG at the 3. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Let Hartenstein be the 4 because, he is a stretch big man. He does have a jump shot. He can hit a 3-pointer. Mitchell Robinson, we know what he is. He's an offensive guru rebounder. You know what I'm saying? He taps it back out, he puts it back up, those type of things. So let him play down low on that offensive square at the bottom.
Yeah, no,
and try to run that way and see what you could do. But we'll see what Tibbs does. You know, but yeah, like especially with a team like Orlando that's mad tall. Like their players are tall.
We have incredibly big fucking screeners on the pick and roll game. Like our pick and roll game, like our bigs are very big. You know,
no, they are big, but they don't always are not always on the court at the same time.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's why I'm saying, like, I hope Tibbs actually takes that approach in doing that. You know what I'm saying? And coming up with a lineup that kind of exploits that, because then you do still have, like, if you needed somebody, you do still have Sims. You know, he could give you some quality minutes.
There you go.
Give you some eat up some fouls or whatever if somebody gets into foul trouble and whatnot.
You could put Sims,
you know,
you could put Mitch as the 4, or like
no. It's not Mitch.
No, I'm sorry. All right, it's like
no, yeah, you're right. No, Hartenstein got to be at the 4 to be that 3.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Like, but in general though, like with having Sims, it gives you a little leverage.
Yeah,
you know, I'm Boyan that can work the 4 sometimes. Mm-hmm. You have a couple other like players that can work the 4.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at least that are that size. You know, that could work the power forward. You know, not everyone can, but you understand what I'm saying. It's an offensive, defensive like balance. At least with Tibbs.
Facts.
You know,
facts. So go ahead.
Before we switch gears,
go ahead, bro. Yeah. Go ahead. Do your thing. I'm gonna still keep it in the NBA real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because as we riding down to the end of the season, it's going down. No, the other way. It's going down. There's about 6-7 games left, more or less, for most teams in the NBA. I'm really rooting for Dallas in the Western Conference. There's been a lot of switches in there, and it's it's really going to be interesting to see who finishes where and where they finish at with the as we end the season or whatnot. Because just 2 weeks ago we was talking about how the Pelicans was the 4 seed and we were shocked to see him there. Now it's 2 weeks later and they're the 7 seed and they're looking at the play-in. You know what I'm saying?
We called it.
Yeah,
we called it.
Mm-hmm. Also, some other teams that have moved up, like Dallas now has moved up into that 4 or 5 spot and got out of that 6-7 seed. You also got a team like Houston who's at the 11th seed, but is knocking on Golden State door, trying to get that 10th spot. That 7 and 8 seed could be a big matchup between the Kings and possibly the Lakers. We, as much as we want, entertainment, but we do want some good matchups in the West and in the Western Conference. So I feel like, watching and paying attention to who's going to be in the play-in, who's going to guarantee themselves in the spot, is going to be real interesting, especially in the Western Conference. I think there is a larger gap in the East between who's where, and I think only this like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seed could really move around. But in the West, there's more of disparity in the lower part in that 7 through 10 in that play-in tournament of who's going to actually make it.
Listen, that play-in is going to go crazy because like I said, I support all New York sports, but I'm a diehard Lakers fan.
Oh,
from
Kobe.
Yeah, exactly, from Kobe. Big facts. So I know LeBron fan. I'm a LeBron supporter. Only because I spent my entire life hating LeBron.
Yeah, me too.
Because they tried to compare him to the GOAT. Yeah, they tried to compare him to.
And we know who the GOAT is.
We know who the GOAT is. That's it.
It's fucking Kobe.
KB2 for that's it.
Yeah.
So, but then right before Kobe passed, RIP, he challenged my fandom. He said, if you don't think LeBron coming to the Lakers is a positive thing, then you're not a fan of the Lakers and you're not a fan of me. So I said, all right. You challenged my fandom. I support LeBron now. I do. I support him and I respect him. But diehard Lakers fan, and that play-in is gonna go crazy.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Kobe. I love you to death. Mamba mentality, but sometimes you have some flaws, and that was probably one of them right there. Because That was definitely not it. That
Yo.
was definitely not what it was. LeBron
You're
was
not
probably just, just trying to follow your shadow because he's a fucking dick rider.
Yeah.
He's been that his whole career. He just go from big three to big whatever,
That's
trying to
it.
get rings.
Yo, bro, you set that up. Right?
Yeah, so
damn,
it
I
was
gave
like,
the crazy oop for the
yeah,
LeBron dance.
son, I caught it off the backboard,
Off the back, yo.
windmill,
I'm
East
sitting
Bay.
here like D Wade with it.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sitting here
360.
like
You know what I'm
arms
saying?
out.
Word.
Bang.
You know what I'm saying? I caught that one, so that was like
That's
perfect.
it.
Yeah, but nah, hell no.
Perfect.
Fuck that. Fuck that.
Yo, man.
Yeah, so
that wasn't the move. It
Yeah.
wasn't. It wasn't because we
Mhm.
see now. That's where it's like I didn't even need
They
to be a
all in.
Bron hater. I
Yeah.
gave him the respect, and I'm still riding with my Lakers. I'm hoping that we take it. I'm hoping that we take it.
Hey.
But it clearly wasn't the move because LeBron's putting up his numbers, and I respect it. 39 years old doing this shit is
he's
honestly
crazy.
insane.
Yeah,
But are we producing a winning environment? Is that what we're doing? Because I think evidence has shown one Mickey Mouse ring over how many years?
Yeah.
Let's
bubble ring.
Exactly. If it ends up being that he only gets one ring, a Mickey Mouse ring in his time with the Lakers, can we really say that was a success? Like,
Nah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
know?
all right, so I got a question. You, I want you to hear. I want you to answer in too. Hopefully, the people, if they're watching, if you're the Lakers to keep LeBron, would you draft Bronny?
No, absolutely not.
Would you draft Bronny? Any team,
From what I've seen, no.
No. But what I'm saying, he entered himself in the draft. You know more or less entering into the draft. If you draft him, LeBron is gonna want to be on your team.
Yes.
LeBron wants to come to your team.
Yes.
Guaranteed.
The hypothetical.
Is there a team? No, but is there a team out there?
Yeah.
That's willing. That's going to be willing to take this
100%.
chance.
There is a team
and draft him. So you're saying? So you think Bronny gets drafted this year, right now?
Well,
Because he's not NBA ready. Like we see,
not
like
at
on
all, not at all.
on his game, he's not ready.
He's
He probably needs another year.
Respectfully, he's barely.
But would you
G League
take the
ready.
chance?
Respectfully, he's barely G League.
Yeah.
Is he entering the draft?
He entered the draft.
Well,
Alright, so if
He
entering,
declared the draft and he entered the draft, the transfer portal.
well,
to
we
go to
don't
a
know.
different school
We don't know if he's going.
and put on a post of a Duke jersey.
the Wizards.
He put on the no. Okay, because I'm a Duke fan. Don't
Me
do
too.
that.
Oh my
I knew you was like that,
God.
bro. See,
Yo,
nah,
Manny
don't
Theo
do
in the
that.
motherfucking building. What?
Bro, we're not doing that at Duke,
Shit.
bro. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
We getting Cooper Flag and Isaiah Evans
And-
right now.
But-
the
and-
Wizards would draft him right away.
The
The
Wizards.
Wizards?
There's a lot of teams that where it would be smart for their branding to get LeBron and Bronny to go there because monetarily, the type of money that you're gonna get, the fan turnout at the games, yes, it would be smart to get Bronny and then you get Bron. But in terms of if you're trying to win, no, that's not gonna influence shit. That's not influencing shit.
Let's bring up
40-year-old
our
Bron
candidates for first round picks. At least
Spurs.
our bottom tier teams.
Now Spurs.
No, Spurs.
No,
won't take
Spurs
them.
won't do that.
But they would be smart too. That
No,
would
they
not
wouldn't.
be bad, Joe, because you get
Spurs is gonna get. It depends on if they win the draft lottery.
But
Like
you
if they
get
get
one
where they're
year.
supposed to be, because they're still one of the worst teams in the NBA. So they're probably supposed to projected at least to get a top five.
top five.
They
Yeah.
did say this draft this year is kind of horrible and whatnot,
It
but
is.
I mean there is.
I
Some,
would do it.
They'll pick
I
the
would
best
do it,
candidate or trade the shit off.
Mm.
Like I'm just saying, like,
Type shit, yeah.
they're not taking Bronny. Like,
But it wouldn't be bad though, because you get Wemby with 1 year of Bron, 1 or 2 years of Bron being there. So whatever insight, guidance he can give to him. You got, of course, Pop there. And then if Bron and Bronny go there, you're gonna get a couple little free agents, the Schroeder types, the Danny Green type, PJ Tucker type, where you've got these locker room guys or these defensive stalwarts now in the locker room, to where you can make a little bit of noise type shit. But I don't know. Like Bronny, I do think, because with this new thing, he declared for the draft, but he also has his he entered the transfer portal.
Yeah.
And so he might end up staying in college.
Yeah.
Even though
I
he
think
declared.
he needs one more year.
He does.
I think he definitely needs one more year of college.
1 or 2.
Yeah. But I mean, this year right now, he needs to make a significant skill jump in his game.
Yeah.
Like you are you're a bench player at best right now in the NBA, and I mean in college. Like you're barely starting in USC. You're averaging like 5 points a game.
Right.
The best players in college are doing way better than that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like they're about to be on display tomorrow. You know, with UConn or Purdue. You know, so like you're nowhere near that. But I just know that I was just curious to what y'all thought about it. If you thought there would be a team that
the Wizards and the Detroit Pistons. I could see both picking up Bronny.
Pistons, I could definitely see that. You might be onto something with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like,
but that would be crazy.
Literally, like that's what I was saying. Like bottom tier teams, like there's certain bottom tier teams that I could see. Like Spurs are bottom tier right now, but they have Wemby. They don't necessarily need to pick up. It doesn't help Wemby's development to have that. Like so. I don't see that as being a thing that they do. Like if they do get the number 1 pick, I can see them making a smart number 1 pick, and then Bronny going 2nd, 3rd, 4th, wherever the fuck the pick is.
Right.
You know, but in general, like bottom tier team, there's certain bottom tier teams that I could see right now.
That would take a chance.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, I mean,
because you can't take
we're gonna see
top 5. You
can't. No. I'm talking about it'll be like a 2nd round pick at the end of the draft, some shit like that. Like take a chance, that shit.
Not even. If you're gonna do it, you're not gonna draft them late. That's disrespectful, right?
No, you are.
I think
you are.
I think it's more disrespectful to draft them first because in reality, you only.
Yeah, there's no way. Yeah, you're not. He's not going in the first round.
If you draft him first round, it's literally like saying, with the first round pick, we draft Bronny James and LeBron James. Yeah. That's the only reason why they take in the first round. So it's like I would hate that for Bronny because he deserves his own moment.
Yeah. He's
hopefully.
Tom Brady.
Well, like I said, hopefully he got the skills enough to actually
all the way in the back.
Right? Hopefully he gets the skills enough to actually deserve that moment and gets it. Yeah. So we'll be on the lookout. We'll see. College championship tomorrow. Girls about to start in a little bit. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. But I think that's it for the sports. I think we've done enough sports. What I want to get into right now, Conspiracy Corner. So as you might have seen on the news yesterday, there was an earthquake in New York. Well, it was actually in New Jersey. But it was felt in New York City.
Yeah.
The Richter scale reading on that earthquake was 4.8. 4.8. Tomorrow's date, 4.8. 4.8.
Oh, shit. That's crazy.
Tomorrow is the eclipse. Also 4.8. I don't know if there's anything going to happen, but I'm paying attention. And you know what? You know what I did? I bought mad water.
Yo, you was the one.
I bought mad canned goods and
you was
shit.
The one.
I was one of them.
Yo.
Because I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to be prepared.
I went to Stop and Shop. It wasn't nothing, yo.
Yep.
Nothing. I just wanted some water, bro. It wasn't nothing.
I got that water. Poland Spring. It was on sale. 3 for $10.88. 24 packs.
I had to get 2 6-packs, bro. Yeah. There was no water left, yo. Yep. I had to get 2 6-packs of water.
I'll give you a water at the end of the show. Don't even worry about it.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, Manny. I got those beans and corns and whatever other stuff comes in a can. I got that. I got mad rice.
Rice on deck.
Rice on deck. You know what I'm saying? So I'm paying attention. I'm being prepared. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if it's something to do with the moon. I did get my glasses. Shout out to my moms for getting them for me. Thank you. But I got them. I'm going to look up, or I'm going to be able to. Hopefully they're the right ones, because if not, then next week's show I might be a little
Stevie Wonder.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Steve.
Shout out Steve.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, be on the lookout for that. Yeah. But I'm saying I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm paying attention, and maybe you guys should pay attention too.
It's a fact. Bro,
that's all I'm saying.
When I was in the grocery store, bro, it was a weird vibe, yo. Like Because I'm not thinking nothing. I'm like, all right, earthquake happened. Whatever. I'm like, oh, I got to go to the store, pick up my dinner stuff. And I go in, and the energy was weird, yo. Like, I went to the water section, no water, yo. I'm talking to the workers. I'm like, oh, because I know they be having the displays set up and other. I'm like, oh, is the water somewhere else? And she was like, that is the only water. And then just walked off. I'm like, the energy was just weird, yo. It was off. I'm like, are we going through a food shortage or something already? Like, what's happening?
She was probably mad that she didn't even get her
right
water.
Type shit, right?
Have you ever dealt with the earthquake before?
I lived in California.
Oh wow! So
yeah, I lived in California.
So that answers the question.
You know what was the problem? Is that like I probably had like there was probably like 3 or 4 earthquakes.
When you were a kid?
When I lived in California, but I didn't feel them. I didn't even know. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was like my first day. I was waking up to shit. Like, did you feel that in the middle of the night? That was a 4.3, and I was like, no, I slept through that. I didn't know.
Bro, I was asleep. You know what I'm saying? I was asleep the other day for this 4.8, and I'm low key tight because I've never felt an earthquake. Yeah. I mean, I say that with a grain of salt because the universe got a way of being like, oh, you wanted to feel that? All right, here's a 9 point next week.
Yeah, like, no, well, they said 80% chance of an aftershock of at least a 3.1, 3.0. So you haven't lost hope yet. You might still get one. You still might get one.
Well,
we'll see what happens.
Well, we had the aftershock. I think they said.
Yeah, there was a 4.0,
and I didn't feel it either.
I didn't feel it either.
I'm like,
but
I was at work at the time.
Yeah, there might be another one.
Yo, I was asleep. Like I sleep through anything.
The initial one though, like I did feel. I had my son with me. I was in my living room, and like it was like a good flash before my eyes. Like, what the fuck do I do right now? What the hell's going on?
Yeah,
you know, like
froze and shit.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Talking about some music shit. We were just playing music, and like I had him in the living room, and like the whole house started shaking, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yo, crazy.
Yeah, because we live by the train. My wife called me and was like, oh, the train just passed, and it shook the whole house. It's never happened. I think we need to leave. You know what I'm saying? I was like, wait a minute. Like, hold on. I don't know if the foundation is gonna crumble. You know what I'm saying? Let's slow down a little. You know what I'm saying? But it all worked out. And then 2 minutes later, she confirmed earthquake, and I was like, oh shit, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So well, 2024, man, we here. We see what's gonna happen. We see what's gonna happen. Yeah, and if there wasn't enough for an earthquake, as we transition, the hip hop world had a shake up this week as well.
Same day too.
Same day.
Yes.
Yeah, we got an earthquake and we got a cold drop.
That's
Yo,
it.
So last week we had Kendrick, and we was talking about how Kendrick it ain't the big 3, it's just the big me, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? First person shooter, you know, dang, you know what I'm saying? And actually Future and Metro Boomin, I heard is dropping another mixtape called We Still Don't Trust You. If that ain't even more fire is what it is the first one is We Don't Trust You.
Or
the second one.
Better yet, knowing exactly why the name is We Don't Trust You.
Right. And then the next one is called We Still Don't Trust You.
Shit changed.
Fire. Word. But so J. Cole, he drops his mixtape. And what was the name of the mixtape?
Might Delete Later.
Might Delete Later, exactly. That's right. So had a song with Ab Soul and Daylight, fire. Had a song with Cam, fire. 7 tracks. The mixtape is fire, but has a response for Kendrick.
That's a fact.
So and he barred him up. He did. So, you know, it was a fire response. Definitely met the level and the expectation of what we was anticipating.
But a little bit of warning shots.
Exactly. Warning shots. Yeah.
Well, because I think Kendrick's was a couple of warning shots too. You know, it was a couple of bars.
Kendrick wasn't an actual song.
Like, no, it was a verse.
Kendrick was a verse.
It was a
featurette.
It was a verse where he's like, "I'm gonna open this shit up now."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Whereas this is literally a warning shot on a song on a mixtape, and where he ends it, we're going, my album's gonna come out soon. Yeah. If you say some shit,
it'll be there.
Exactly. I got two classics lined up for you. Like I could easily just put 2 diss tracks on that shit.
Right.
You know, like
listen, I seen everybody like trying to. They was really trying to play Cole, and I feel like his response was accurate as fuck. He didn't need to empty the whole clip because honestly, it was the Kendrick verse was more directed at Drake. He had about 5 or so bars basically directed straight at Drake. And Kendrick was J. Cole was kind of just like in the crossfire type shit because he was part of the
first
big,
person. So
exactly, you know, and he was on the tour with Drake. He was bringing him out, giving him his flowers and whatnot.
We knew that the Prince and Michael reference
that was crazy.
On the first person shit.
It was crazy.
Like we know we know that's Drake and Kendrick Lamar. Like we know we know the reference. You know. But where does J. Cole stand in that?
Right.
Know?
Exactly. So he did exactly what he was supposed to, in my opinion. He said, you know, if we need to take it there, like you my boy, he's like, but if we need to take it there, like, all right, I'm gonna just give you this little bang. And now if Kendrick comes back, I feel like whatever Cole coming with next, we ain't even thinking about Drake, I feel like at this point.
No, I am. And I'm saying, where the fuck you at? Where the fuck is Drake?
We know where he
is. And honestly,
you now that you looking like a dude with Twitter fingers right now.
Bro,
like the same shit you dissed before.
Yes.
And now you're being that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like if this was Meek, you would have dropped back to back already.
Right.
And now it's somebody that could really go bar for you.
Right.
Somebody that could really go. Even though I didn't really think that. I actually thought that Meek shit on the Undertaker beat was kind of fire, but it didn't really hit the people that much. You know, they didn't perceive it that well. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, and the people made their decision.
You have a point. So like I heard someone saying like, oh, he could have let it like wait a little, like he could have waited a little longer. Like no, there's no fucking waiting a little longer. If you had a mixtape coming out, everyone knew that you had a mixtape coming out before your album.
Right.
All right. You teased the mixtape with 2 tracks, and that you knew that weren't going to be on the album. Called might delete later.
Right.
And someone drops a diss on you, you're going to go, all right, now I got to just add a fucking goddamn diss song to this shit.
Right.
I'm going to have to rehash this shit, take it back to the lab, remake it, and then fucking release it. That would be my MO as well, right? Like, when it comes down to Drake, though, like, I think he has literally all the time in the world at this fucking point.
All the time, yo. And
then people are probably going to be like, oh my God. Like, as soon as
exactly. They go on jacket because, you know, bro, it's the same thing happened with Back to Back. I listened to Back to Back recently. And I remember hearing it when it first came out. I remember sitting on the couch and being like, oh my God, this might be one of the best diss tracks I've ever heard. Just for me to listen back to it like recently. And I said, Back to Back was not all that.
No, there's no direct.
It's not. No, but Drake is a great song maker.
He used the moment.
Exactly.
He used the moment. He used the moment. Yeah, and that's where his skill is at. There's no way denying that, you know, Drake is not a talented artist in terms of like hitting these certain things. Like he knows how to make the hood track. He knows how to make the woman track. He knows how to take the club track.
Right, exactly.
He could even do the Jamaican, like even like a little reggae dance or a bot joint. You know what I'm saying? Like he got that type of skills. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So like I respect him I respect all 3 as artists. I think they're all nice at the game. But I'm really looking forward to how it all plays out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
it's gonna be crazy.
Rap beef, hip hop beef, man. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So that's this week in hip hop with what happened. I mean, also more Diddy drama. You know what I'm saying? Which is like, I don't know where this is gonna end at. This is something else I'm gonna be paying attention. Maybe the earthquake was a distraction from the Diddy.
Bro, type shit.
Maybe the Illuminati, you know, put an earthquake in New York just to get people away from the Diddy.
Listen, yo, no funny. Like back to, you know, like the conspiracy
shit.
Like
conspiracy.
You know, all of this stuff is coming to light. I feel like we live in a really exciting time where like all of the veils are being pulled back. And everything is getting exposed. And I'm really excited for whether it be justice being served or the truth coming out about all of these things about, you know, Hollywood.
I actually agree with you 100%. And I'm going to add to it because what I feel is going to happen is going to be actually the trajectory of what we see the future as a civilization
Yes.
as a whole.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because right now it is very clear that there is the one percenters, the powers that be, the whatever you want to call them, the Illuminatis, the whatever there is. They have been very much in control for a long time.
Centuries at this point.
But people, when you hear the woke, it's really starting to wake up more and more across the world, more and more what needs to be here in America. You know, it's a shame that they divide us so much that that's why we can't come together. Exactly. But I think now this next 5 to 10 years is really going to show
Pivotal.
what happens.
Yep.
And if we as a civilization can come together, can take that back, more of what we've seen in like the civil rights of the 60s and 70s, and go along that path and regain control, remind these government motherfuckers that they work for us,
Right.
and our tax money and needs to do this, needs to show what it really needs to be for. You know what I'm saying? And not some motherfucker pocketing some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Fact,
And all of this, you know, what's the word? Just hate and
dissension and just,
just
bro.
grimy shit that's
Yeah,
been going
man.
on like behind our backs, that we actually come together to retake power over as the people, and let the rich be reminded that like you continue where you're at,
Right.
we're gonna eat you, motherfucker.
Exactly. That's a
You know
fact.
what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
That's
bro.
what it's gonna come down to.
Bro, I think even we just spoke on J. Cole. I think he even mentioned in one of these interviews from some years ago, and we probably gonna end up playing it back of, you know, there's gonna come a time where celebrities aren't even a thing anymore. And I genuinely think we're really starting to pivot towards that. That's why all these, you know, they're coming down on the Diddy's, the you know, the Ellen DeGeneres, all these people who we grew up,
fucking
you know,
drinking baby blood or some dumb shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like,
shit, bro, you're
bro.
Listen, bro.
I've been so deep in conspiracy shit since 9/11. You know what I'm saying? So like,
it's all coming to light.
Everything
was done in the dark will come to light.
Talk that
That's
shit,
it,
bro.
Like, it's been way too long that everybody think that they're getting away with X, Y, and Z. And that's fine. You got away with it for a period of time, but like we said, what's done in the dark will come to light, and we really in that pivotal time in history, and it's exciting. It's exciting because this is a time period that will probably never be seen again in the same way. Where literally our civilization, as you're saying,
this is the weak generation. This is the weak generation now breeding the strongest of the strongest of generations. You know what I'm saying? This weak generation that just fucking fucking don't want to work and do all this dumb shit or whatever like that. Like, you're gonna know what you're gonna lead into, because our kids is gonna be the products. Pardon me, too much beer. Our kids is gonna be the products of getting away from that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see that and we're gonna say, no, this is what you need to do, and we're gonna make our kids be that. You know, like aunt's son, my son. Do you have kids?
I do not have any kids.
But your future kids, you know what I'm saying? Lord willing. I just had my first kid at 40 years old, bro. So
shit. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks a lot, bro. So you don't even don't give up hope. You know what I'm saying? Just
I'm trust it right now.
Trusting God's timing. Trusting God's timing.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm all right now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you good. You know what I'm saying? But since we're kicking so much knowledge in right now, before we end the show, before we get into that final track, I think we need some bars, man.
Hey, listen. Why not?
I think we need some bars.
Why not?
Let's play the instrumental.
Say that.
Hold on. Let me make sure I got it right. If you want to put the headphone in, I don't know. That's up to you. I know you didn't fuck with it.
I'm gonna let it run.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the perfect intro. What we should talk about too.
So you, baby. Manny Theo in a motherfucking building. The Jones Hour. Y'all know what time it is, man. Talk to him.
Okay. Strolling down the sidewalk, kicking rocks, thinking how my mind is dope enough to roll up with my thoughts. Caught myself slipping to an echelon. E.T., Mars rover, they was never on, and I'm gone. But I ain't even smoked no blunts today. Naturally be floating somewhere in that Milky Way. I'm on a wave that these niggas can't touch. Told these niggas go and get your bars up, go and get your funds up, do something worth something. All these niggas really frontin', and I've been doing this for like 10, 20 years. Walking through the room and shitting on all my peers. Might even have to make them pay for the high school reunions. Everybody in the room zooming. I ain't gonna lie, ain't freestyled in a while, but still, I treat these niggas like they was my child, sonning them, putting bars up in them. Cause ain't no Diddy shit. I'ma go with it. I dropped it.
Bring it back.
Now
Bring it
I
back.
pick it up and run it. I'm a prophet, feeling like I'm Manny Theo, God Philo. All these niggas thinking I'm the one like Neo, thinking I'ma come through with the primo, and it's true, cause everybody stepped up in the room. This that rave music, rave talk, cause it's a star up in the room. Yeah, they saying Manny, is your time coming soon? I told them just wait, stay patient. Got these niggas celebrating, the same ones that was hating. They in the back contemplating, thinking if we gonna come and take the crown away. But I told them, nah, this is Armageddon's day. Cause I've been plotting on it for a long time. And I'm feeling like it's mine. Yo, that's alright though. Yo, that's alright though.
Yo. He said it's feeling like it's mine. Nah, it's more like ours. Cause I've been doing shit standing tall like the towers. You thought we was gonna fall? Nah, we came back. But I ain't give a fuck, cause on the real, it was way back that I remembered that I've been killing it for a while. But you know what we do? We just sit and freestyle just so we could sip on the beers and smoke on the blunts, chilling over here. But y'all niggas still front, so I stunt. Cause I don't really wanna show this persona, but I just killing with some marijuana. You snow with the scammer, nah, chill with the llama. But I don't give a fuck, cause on the real, word to my mama, she's chilling on the couch, playing on her Kindle. But I don't give a fuck, cause on the real, it's just mental that I just spit this shit as it comes to me. But I don't give a fuck, cause on the real, it's like who he, you know me and young Manny. But I don't give a fuck, cause on the real, girls drop their panties when they see him perform and throw him on stage. But I don't give a fuck. They had us locked in the cage. No, we was trapped and then we came back to excited. But I don't give a fuck, because on the real, we just ignited the heat with the fire that burns within. Because I got the desire to change within all these niggas that hear and peep all the vocals. But I don't give a fuck, because I never had Pro Tunes, because I ain't know. But I got an acid to handle it, because I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I dismantle it. We gonna bring it back a little bit for the bars. Had to bring the beat back so I could spit it from Mars. I think I fucked it up. No, keep it going. How did I bring the beat back? Damn, I'm not knowing.
I got it. But we flowing like the ocean. And all these bitches now, they sitting back and they coping. What they coping with, seeing that I'm coming up. And it's okay, you can bring the volume up, cause I can hear the beat and I can flow with it. It's easy. I'm dancing on this shit, sleazy, Chris Breezy. Damn, it's sick how every time I come through, they like, damn, yeah, many need the interview, but they gotta hit me with the paper. Yo, if not, I tell them see you later. It's evil and I'm going dark like it's Mr. Vader. But every time I step through, I told them it's Ava. It's Ava? What? I don't know. I'm tripping. Probably because I'm smoking every time and I'll be sipping. Off the blunt, off the little weed sometimes. And yo, you know, it's kind of fucking with the mind. And yo, I'm really just talking to him. I ain't freestyling in a minute and it's showing. And that's okay though, because I still got it. It's in my blood. I told him before, I was the prophet. I can look around the room and see a tripod, introduce it to the beat, because everything I do is odd. What I mean by that, I mean I'm odd, number one. What I mean by that, yo, I'm brighter than the sun. Damn. And it's crazy how I do this. It's like I got cocaine in my temporal fluids, because the shit is moving at a pace that they can't keep up with. And everything I do is holy like a crucifix. And it's over. And it's over. And sorry, baby, I ain't ever sober. I probably put some lean inside my purple soda, and now I gotta go until it's fucking over. really gotta start freestyling again, yo.
Nah. Fire. Manny Theo in the fucking building, spitting them bars. Y'all know what time it is, man. So we're gonna end the show right now, but I want to get into one more track. Oh, we're gonna play that I Killed Myself in Cali.
Ah, shout out. The tow bike.
Yeah. Wait, we gotta let this ad pass because they're not paying us.
That's a fact.
They're not paying us. So let's hear this track. You already know what time it is. The Jones Hour. We here. We live. Appreciate y'all for checking in. Manny Theo in the fucking building.
My God.
Appreciate you for coming through, checking
appreciate
out.
you for
Be on the
having me,
lookout
man.
for the new music. Be on the lookout for the new merchandise. You know, the co-leader brand. Follow him, Manny Theo, on YouTube, on the IG. New music coming out real soon.
So I appreciate you, King.
Yeah, man. We appreciate you coming through and fucking with us, man.
Absolutely.
Facts, man. Shout out Marvelous. Shout out Q-Borough Cut. Shout out Rev. You know, the Rev Hour came through. Dropped us up. So, you know, that video is coming through with the Hot Wing Challenge. Peep that on YouTube right now. And Acid in the fucking building. You know? It's Kush. There you go.
These demons getting close, I feel them every day. They stalking me, down. Now I see it's just love. Now it seems all the smoke messed up Halloween. That's not funny.
Yeah, cheers again, bro. I don't know.
I was using my shit. That's bad luck. Cheers when empty.
I walk through shadows now in different place. I need my space where I can climb a day. So much love, but all is fake. I've been through hell and the water's high. All these years, my heart done died. There's a devil in his eyes. Lucifer can't pay my price. No, I cannot compromise.
This video is fire too.
Yeah, we shot that joint in Cali, yeah.
Man. Or is that Santa Monica right there?
Yeah, Santa Monica.
On the pier, yeah. You know, I've been to all those. I did in California, but it was only for like 6 months and shit.
Oh, true. That might be my next stop. You know what I'm saying?
Cali's lit.
It's different in Cali, though.
Oh, no.
No, it is. There's a lot of. I'm not even gonna say it because we don't lie.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah. Not a fuckery.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, that's gonna be everywhere, you know.
It's a demographic. Like,
It's gonna be
the fakest person you know growing up moved to Cali.
What?
The person that, like, the realest person you know most likely moved to New York.
Right.
You know, like,
Type shit.
so like that's usually like the